the EU generation. O generation of lofty eyes, much too rebellious to apologize, self-righteous in their own eyes, conquered by the spirit of lies, while the earth dies in a new world order. Global bartering of scarce resources, controlled by the god of unseen forces, colonial lessons in history's courses, too intelligent to know the supreme schoolmaster, trying to dig deeper, running faster, reaping ecological disasters, seeking wealth and security, following every obscurity, a surety that the world's being torn apart. Hear the screeching sounds of a rusty heart. O generation who devours the poor, the time of the Gentiles want more and more time to maintain their power and control, disdaining his laws for their own laws. Bold, behold the counterfeits of spirits unclean, conjure the false prophet and 10th king to the scene. Witchcraft and sorcery and necromancy they mold paganism into life to strengthen their hold. Blowing around the winds of change are the lying, lascivious, and the profane, are sowing seeds of judgment's rain, of fire and brimstone for the lawless. Yah's laws of righteousness are truly flawless. O generation of lofty eyes, why do you follow lies to die? By Lael Israel.
Shabbat Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is Psalms chapter 99, verses 2, 5 through 7, and 9. Yahweh is great in Zion, and he is high above all the people. Exalt you, Yahweh, our Elohim, and worship at his footstool, for he is holy. Moshe and Aaron amongst his priests, and Samuel among them that call upon his name. They called upon Yahweh, and he answered them. He spake unto them in the cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies and the ordinance that he gave them. Exalt Yahweh our Elohim, and worship at his holy hill. For Yahweh our Elohim is holy.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, Sweet Yahweh.
Sweet Yahweh, All right, Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom.
which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to the end of our Feast of Unleavened Bread, but also our weekly Shabbat. So praise Yahweh that it has been a wonderful week, but it is always a situation whereby as we begin to keep these days, we understand the turmoil that our forefathers were going through. And one of the things that we have to consider that if we're going to be perfected for the master's use, then we're going to be tried in that fire. That fire only consumes wood, hay, and stubble. It does not consume precious metal. And for something to be purified, it must be tried in that fire. This fire, the purification of this fire, this is why you have, we've encountered individuals who didn't want to have, they decided that they didn't want to cook on the Shabbat or anything of that nature, not really understanding that when it comes down to his offerings that are done unto him, they have to abide the fire. So having a cold meal for a holy day is unacceptable. It must go through the fire. And this is just something that we have to deal with, making sure that we are going by the ordinances that were given unto us. So we're going to begin tonight in Revelation chapter 3. And we're going to read verses 14 through 22.
Verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, These things says the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of Elohim. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would you were cold or hot.
Cold has a purpose, hot has a purpose. And we have a tendency to believe that we are better off being neither. Somehow we have been bewitched by the nations that if you just stay neutral, you'll be okay. You'll be able to slide through life being neutral. You may be able to slide through life, but you ain't going to slide in those gates. You ain't going to slide in his kingdom being neutral. So you're going to have to make a decision. And a lot of times we don't want to make a decision because we don't want to upset anybody. And this way, if we sort of remain lukewarm, we can stay in the company of all individuals. See, we can stay in the company of the evil and we can stay in the company of the righteous without upsetting anyone because we stayed in the middle. We don't really profess anything that we believe. And then that way we can remain lukewarm and everybody be okay. Go ahead.
So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I'll spew you out of my mouth. Because you say, I'm rich and increase with goods and have no need of nothing, and knoweth not that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
And isn't that us? Because you says I'm rich and I'm increased with goods and have need of nothing. That's us. We feel like, hey, once our bank account look a certain way, then we ain't trying to hit nothing that somebody else got to say. Somebody says, you can be better. What I need to be better for? My bank account say I'm already better. My bank account say I'm best. There stops the progression because we think we already there because we say, I am rich. This makes it hard for us to receive any correction. This is why most of the times when Yahweh is trying to reach us, he has to get our attention. And the real way to get our attention is when our checkbook ain't right. All of a sudden, we hear better. All of a sudden, the same things that was said to us before, all of a sudden, now we hear it. How you hear it now? Go ahead.
I counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that youth may be rich, and white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear. And anoint your eyes with eye salve, that you may see.
Now, you can have on clothes and still be spiritually naked. See, you are naturally clothed. But to the trained spiritual eye, they're going to be able to see, nah, you're naked. You don't have a spiritual covering. Go ahead.
As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. If there is no accountability, he doesn't have any love for you. He doesn't bother with the things that he don't love. When it has decided it is not going to receive Yahweh's love, Yahweh steps back and leave it alone. Okay, you must be one of Lucifer's kids. I'm sorry, I thought you was mine. Go ahead.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, this is a two-way communication. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him. He still gives you that opportunity. He says, I stand and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, that means you heard the doctrine. See, the doctrine is his voice. Do you hear the doctrine of Yahweh and Yahshua and open the door to your hearts to receive it? Let's go to Matthew chapter 4. Matthew chapter 4, and let's start that at verse 1.
Then was Yahshua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Now, why was he led in the wilderness to be tempted of the devil? Why would Yahweh even think that that would be a good situation? Go ahead.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If you be the son of Elohim, command that these stones be made bread.
So the tempter waited 40 days. He was led up in the wilderness to be tempted of the devil, but the devil didn't come the first day. No, he's strong on that day. Go ahead.
But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Elohim. Then the devil takes him up into the holy city and sets him on a pinnacle of the temple, and says unto him, If you be the son of Elohim, cast yourself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest any time you dash your foot against a stone.
So the adversary of the devil is doing exactly what the nations have done. Pervert the doctrine. Bring the doctrine, but tell you that it means something different than what it means. He's showing you what his people are going to do to Yahweh's people. He mentions the word, but he uses the word out of context. Go ahead.
You know, elders, I'm glad you said he showed you what his people are going to do. Because when you go back to Yahshua being led out into the wilderness to be tempted, you see that they also show what his people was going to do. Israel was out in the wilderness for 40 years, right? And tempted. Went through trials and tribulations. So Yahshua came and said, Hey, y'all ain't going through nothing different than what I'm going to do.
Right. But we think everything about us. We don't think anything has a connection to the children of Israel. We think every prophecy, every dream, every thought, it's about us. Me. Where does the nation fit in any of this? And if we understood that, we wouldn't be down at them whorehouses on the corner on Sunday morning paying $1,000 seed offering for a prophecy. See, what even gets you caught up into that? Because you want a personal prophecy. You ain't go down there. You ain't spend that $1,000 to go down there and get no prophecy about black people. That ain't what you got no prophecy about. You went to go get your prophecy about you. See, anytime I got gaffled, I had to think back. Now, what was my thought process when I got ganked? Okay, I was going down there and get a prophecy about myself. I didn't ask about my people. I didn't ask nothing about my people. I didn't ask about the children of Israel. I didn't ask about black people even when I didn't know they were the children of Israel. I pulled out $1,000 so I can get a prophecy about me. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. Yahshua said unto him, it is written again, you shall not tempt the Adonai your Elohim. Again the devil takes him up into an exceeding high mountain and shows him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and says unto him, all these things will I give you, if you will fall down and worship me. Then says Yahshua unto him, get you hence, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Adonai your Elohim, and him only shall you serve. Then the devil leaves him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Now when Yahshua had heard that Yohanan was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee. And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast, in the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Esaias the prophet, saying, the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
So there are sometimes you are led in a place to fulfill some things that were written before time. You may not know why you're having certain situations, but it's not about any decision that you've done right or wrong. Some of it was already written, and it has to be dealt with that way. And there's nothing you're going to do to change that. I want you to go to the next graphic, and we want to read in Matthew 4:9, it says, and says unto him, all these things will I give you if you will fall down and worship me. So let's examine worship.
Proskuneo, from G4314, and probably a derivative of G2965, meaning to kiss, like a dog licking his master's hand.
Now wait a minute. Now you talking about some real worship. Let me tell you something. The dog passed by his own bowl to get to you when you get to the house. The dog hear you at the door. He don't stop and get a drink. Now he might have went several floors, but he don't say, you know what, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna stop and get me some water, take care of myself, and then I'm gonna meet my master at the door. That ain't what the dog do. The dog jump over the water to come and meet you at the door. Oh no, the dog show you what worship is. The dog come right at your feet. And everything about the posture of the dog says, I adore you. Keep reading.
To fawn or crouch to, that is, literally or figuratively, prostrate oneself in homage, do reverence to, adore.
Adore.
Worship.
Okay, so this is what the adversary asks for. I want your adoration. So then the things that are going to be presented unto us is so that we may adore him. Let's go to James chapter 1. And we can't figure out why we are shown certain images on television. He wants your adoration. Start that at verse 1.
Jacob, a servant of Elohim and of the Adonai Yahshua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. My brethren, Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience.
Now, wait a minute. If Yahshua was then led up in this of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted, wait a minute. The trying of your faith works patience. Wait a minute. There was some spiritual exercise that he needed to go through. See, we would like to be perfect in the things that we do. There's a thing called a gift, but then there's polishing the gift. Yahweh decided that the gift needed polishing. Why didn't he just say, all right, you my son, go down there and take care of this business? But he has a tendency, all right, you ready for this? Get ready. There's practice. The best player who ever played the game practiced more than anybody. Michael Jordan could have just said, I'm better than all y'all. I really don't need to practice. I'm just that good. He jumped from the free throw line and still in the air when he get to the goal. He could have said, that's it. I don't need to do no more. But instead, he kept polishing the gift. Go ahead.
But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Elohim, that gives to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavers is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Adonai. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withers the grass, and the flower thereof falls, and the grace of the fashion of it perishes. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways. Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Adonai has promised to them that love him.
Wait a minute. If the Adonai has promised them that love him, that they're going to get this crown of life, blessed is the man that endures temptation. Wait a minute. So then there has to be something if they are in that line. See what line you want to be in. See, we say we want this or we say we want that, not understanding what's going to happen in that line. You want this crown or you don't want this crown? What do you want? Now, if you're just trying to exist, you're in the wrong line. That line over there. See, the existing line. And that's what we say a lot of times. Hey, man, what you doing? I'm just trying to keep it in the road. Well, if you're just trying to keep it in the road, that line is over there. If you're trying to excel in your father's house, that's a different line. Go ahead.
Let no man say when he's tempted, I am tempted of Elohim.
Now, wait a minute. Now, if Elohim have a job for you, he's got to try you. Our problem is we think everything is of the same nature when it comes down to tempting. So wait a minute. If this is the job you going to do, then you need to understand what that job is going to entail. I didn't get when my elder had me doing things in the media department at when he was alive. I didn't get that was training for this. I didn't get that I was going to have to go through having to deal with all these different personalities, but that was for this leg of the journey. Go ahead.
For Elohim cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempts he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. Do not err, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning.
All right, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 1. See, when we get to that point of performing a service for our Elohim, we have to understand that we've gotten in a different line. See, there are things that have to deal with the common man, and then there are those that are going to be of service in his house. Jeremiah chapter 1, and let's start at verse 1.
The words of Yirmiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anatoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahweh came in the days of Josiah the son of Amon, king of Yehudah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim the son of Josiah, king of Yehudah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah the son of Josiah, king of Yehudah, unto the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you.
Now, at this point, there's no, I want to be in this line. Now, he done already said, no, you in this line. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. Go ahead.
And before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you.
Uh-huh.
And I ordained you a prophet unto the nations.
There wasn't any choice in that matter. He decided when this man get with this woman, they're going to produce this child, and I already got plans for this child. That child didn't make no decision. You know what I think I want to do? I think I want to serve God. No, that decision was already made. Go ahead.
Then said I, Adonai Elohim, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yahweh said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for you shall go to all that I shall send you, and whatsoever I command, you shall speak.
All right, so you're starting to get the dictates of the job. This is your job description. So you're about to find out how you're supposed to operate. Go ahead.
Be not afraid of their faces,
Uh-huh.
for I am with you to deliver you, says Yahweh. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have this day set you over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Yirmiah, what seeth you?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said Yahweh unto me, You have well seen,
Uh-huh.
for I will hasten my word to perform it. And the word of Yahweh came unto me the second time, saying, What seeth you? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Then Yahweh said unto me, Out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land.
All right, now pay attention. 13. And the word of Yahweh came unto me the second time. What seeth you? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Then Yahweh said unto me, Out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. He going right into the business. All right. Verse 11. The first part. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Yirmiah, what seeth you? And he said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then Yahweh said unto me, You have well seen. You notice he didn't give him no compliment on the second one. All right, now you got it, right? He let him know, all right, you saw it, right? Yeah, you have well seen. You know what we want? We want to be complimented every time. All right, but that was good. All luck. We think this is a basketball game. We want a high five every damn time we do something right. Let's chest bump. Let's chest bump. He didn't tell him that but once. You have done well. Now let's go ahead and get to this job. No, compliment me again. Compliment me again. Now, do that what you say. You have well said. Say that again to me. I like the way you say that. Oh, God. That feels so good. No. He didn't keep complimenting. You have seen well. Now, come on, let's go take care of this business. But see, we still sitting around ready to be complimented. Don't nobody appreciate my service. Ain't nobody said I've done well. Read.
For, lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, says Yahweh, and they shall come, and they shall set every one his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Yehudah. And I'll utter my judgments against them, touching all their wickedness, who have forsaken me, and have burnt incense onto other gods.
Now, remember now, he told them, you're going to be to root up, to pull down. Why he wanted to turn around and give him all these compliments and get him ready to do a job, and then when the job ain't nobody going to be complimented when you go up there and say, y'all have done evil. You have well said. That ain't what they going to say to you. He would be setting you up for failure. Go ahead, Bree.
And worship the works of their own hands. You therefore gird up your loins and arise, and speak unto them all that I command you. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound you before them. For, behold, I have made you this day a defense city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Yehudah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. Mm-hmm. And they shall fight against you.
They shall fight against you. What would he be doing by keep giving him a compliment? These people finna try to fight against you. You think they gonna tell you, well said? We like how you articulately told us how we worship the adversary of the devil. We like that. That's not what's gonna happen. Is that what y'all expecting? Go ahead.
And they shall fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, says Yahweh, to deliver you.
All right. So we then see that there's a purpose in this tempting, this proving, because there is some nourishing that even a gift needs. A gift can't just stand alone. It has to be nourished. Sometimes Yahweh tricks you into nourishing your gift. He will put you in a situation where you have no choice but to nourish the gift. Joseph had a gift of interpreting dreams, but the gift wasn't ready. It was a raw gift, but it had to be nourished. So whenever something raw, it's got to be put in the fire. It's got to be cooked. So I just want to mention a little bit of Elohim's nourishment plan for Yosef. All right, so first, he was accused of vaunting himself. All right, that's what his brother said. All right, next, his prized possession from his father, his coat of many colors, was taken from him forcefully. Yahweh said, oh yeah, this is good nourishment. All right, he was thrown in a pit and sold as a slave. Oh, we nourishing now. All right, he was forcefully relocated from his home. Okay, all right. He was accused of rape and wrongfully imprisoned. Oh, that gift getting nourished now. All right, all this trouble came because of his gift. But it was also this gift that caused him to be released and promoted to power. His gift was exercised by reason of use. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 5. See, we want to take the gift, dig a hole, put the gift in the hole, still think it's going to be fresh when we get it out the hole. Now, moth and rust done ate up that gift. That gift has changed state when you buried it in the ground. See, that's why the foolish servant, he said, you wicked servant. You dug a hole and put my money in the earth? Hebrews chapter 5, let's start at verse 1.
For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to Elohim, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins, who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, for that he himself also is compassed with infirmity.
You see, what Yahweh do in showing you some of your shortcomings so that you might have some compassion on other individuals. But what we do when we are in power, we forget our shortcomings and we forget to have compassion. You see how some people rule when they get a job, they hard on everybody and forget. Wait a minute. You do remember when you didn't quite cut the mustard, right? You do remember when you wasn't doing everything that you were supposed to be doing. Shouldn't you have compassion on? Some folks are ready to don't look, man. They was this. They need to be out of here. Wait a minute. What do we do you out? Every time you did something wrong. What if we was that hard on you? It says so they can have compassion on the ignorant. So this is when you go back to the thorn of Saul. Yahweh wouldn't take it away. He said, I had so many gifts that Yahweh left that thorn to humble him, to make sure because of all of the great things that he could do. He said, this going to keep your head from exploding. Because see, it's one thing to have this gift among the children of Israel, but you're finna go among the Gentiles. Understand, they went among the Gentiles and the folks started worshiping them like they were gods. They started calling, oh, look, y'all, it's a great Jupiter. Oh, look at him. They automatically went to worshiping. He said, no, man, I don't know what y'all think this is, but this not that. So just to make sure you ain't finna go out here and proclaim yourself at the top of the mountain, we're going to give you this little thorn. Here, put that in your pocket. Carry that right there. There you go. Now, when you sit down, the thorn going to poke you every time you fine as long as you stand up. So you find out when you got something in your pocket, you fine as long as you're walking. When you sit down, them pants get tighter. When you sit down, it got me. Oh, God, that's what you get for resting. That's what you get for resting. Every time you try to rest, it's that thorn going to remind you. Okay. Go ahead.
And by reason hereof, he ought, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer for sins.
Mm-hmm.
And no man takes this honor unto himself, but he that is called of Elohim, as was Aaron.
Uh-huh.
So also Yahshua glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he that said unto him, You are my son, today have I begotten you. As he says also in another place, You are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered.
I'm sorry, read that again.
Though he were a son,
All right, here's a son.
yet learned he obedience.
He learned obedience.
By the things which he suffered.
Right. You got folks that say, you know what, I love my kids so much, I don't want to discipline them. So your kid ain't suffered then. Okay, well, that's why your kid ain't obedient. That's why you have the worst little hellion running around. That's why you end up getting little nicknames for your kids like chupacabra and stuff like that, because they won't be disciplined. They say, wow, look at that little animal. Because it's sure not a kid. The kid won't be a kid. A kid's supposed to be obedient. The kid is supposed to suffer something. But a little animal just does whatever it does. It refuses to be corrected. Okay. And we want little baby chupacabras. That's what we want. We think that's cute. Okay. Go ahead, Bree.
And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obeyed him. Called of Elohim and high priest after the order of Melchizedek, of whom we have many things to say, and hard to be uttered, seeing you are dull of hearing. For when for the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Elohim, and are become such as have need of milk, and not of strong meat. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongs to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Your senses has to be exercised to be able to discern both good and evil. So you're not just going to go in your little quiet corner. I'm going to read a few scriptures and I'm going to grow in the word. That what you think? I don't need nobody. I'm an apostle. I can grow on my own. Right. Keep on. You're going to find out when you come face to face with a demon that ain't none of your reading help you against that demon. You're going to find out you read all night. That don't help you when that demon at you. You're going to have to bring something else. You ain't going to be able to just bring no scriptures. How art thou? Thou be more than conqueror. Yeah, we are. All right. Well, say that again when you get up. Now, you're going to need more than that to go against a demon. You think quoting scriptures, we've been watching too many movies. You're going to pull out a cross and you're going to stop it. Yeah, stop. You've been looking at too many damn movies. That ain't going to stop no demon. You going to throw some holy water on the demon? You better stop letting Hollywood bewitch you. Let's go to Numbers chapter 31. And we have an influx of demons on the way. And instead of storing up spiritual gifts, we storing up miracle spring water. I'm going to be ready when they get here. All right. You can open up a demon bath. That's what you're going to do with all that water. Numbers 31, and start that at verse 1.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shall you be gathered unto your people. And Moshe spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge Yahweh of Midian. Of every tribe 8,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel, shall you send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 8,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moshe sent them to war, 8,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, as Yahweh commanded Moshe, and they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also the son of Beor they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moshe and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan, near Jericho. And Moshe and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moshe was angry with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moshe said unto them, Have you saved all the women alive?
Now, check this out. He said he angry. What we done say? He said, you don't say all the women. See, some of us, that's all we want to say. We all, every time you hear them, and they in the word, you look up, all they talking to is women. So, you don't have no word for no brothers. Every time I see some of these dudes, they ministering unto a sister. I'm beginning to understand what your ministering is about. Go ahead.
Behold, these caused the children of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of Yahweh. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that has known man by lying with them.
Now now understand. Now if you got all the women, see the women got little kids too. So you know what I'm saying, you don't want to kill. You don't want to kill a little man, cause then he with old girl over there, but boy, she looks nice. She looks real nice. But and she got a little one with her. So I will gain favor by not taking care of that little one. But you're gonna gain favor with her. You're gonna lose favor with your Elohim, cause that little one gonna grow up and war against your kids. See, there's certain things, when we hear it in the word, we say, man, Yahweh is harsh. I wait about 25 years and you're going to see he wasn't harsh. He was telling you the truth. All of them have now joined together, and now they're warring against your sons. And now here's the problem. Now they know how your sons war. They have grown up with your sons and learned everything so that they can fight against you more adequately. And Yahweh told you, I told you, take care of that when you got in there. But you think Yahweh was harsh. Go ahead.
But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And do you abide without the camp 7 days. Whosoever has killed any person, and whosoever has touched any slain, purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, this is the ordinance of the law which Yahweh commanded Moshe. Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead. Everything that may abide the fire, you shall make it to go through the fire.
Everything that may abide the fire, you shall make it go through the fire. There's purification in that fire. But we don't want to be purified. We want to be comfortable. Go ahead.
And it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation. And all that abides not the fire, you shall make go through the water.
Right. We can't figure out why we had to go through a wall of water coming out of Egypt. We can't understand the whole situation of baptism. Now, we study, we're walking around with all these fine outfits, but we can't understand simple ordinances like this. Go ahead.
Elder, when you go back to verse 23, it says, everything that may abide the fire. So you have knowledge of what should be able to abide the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are not prepared to go through persecutions, trials, and tribulations, then are you already saying that you know you can't abide the fire?
Right. Until you get in another line. You're in the wrong line. But see, we like the prestige that come with a line. We just don't want the stuff that happened to you in that line. I tell you, everybody say they want a Benz. But when you get to the job, everybody ain't there. What the hell is everybody? I thought everybody said they want to drive a fine car. Ain't nobody at work, though. So you find out it's a different level of want. See? You find out that some people want. They're just not going to do. Then we have to ask ourselves, where is your level of want and do? Because we'll do a whole lot of things to get something naturally. But then when it comes down to the spiritual things, we got a list of deal breakers. We got a list of don'ts. but we still expecting full-on salvation and deliverance when it's available. Okay. Good luck with that. Go ahead.
And you shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and you shall be clean. And afterward you shall come in to the camp. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken.
All right, that's as far as I want to go right there. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 43. When we consider that the adversary of the devil is preparing to make war against the woman that brought forth the man-child, why would Yahweh just sit around and give us nothing but compliments all day? Do you understand that that's what most people's worship service is, and that's what they want? This is how Sunday morning makes so much money. Everything is a motivational speech. God ain't angry with you. God wants you to be this. God wants you to be that. Oh, we are more than conquerors. Oh, people fill up. They just stack money in there because that's what they want to hear. Meanwhile, there's a championship fight coming, and you ain't got the belt. So the champ is on his way to come punch you in your face. But instead of doing any kind of purification, instead of doing any kind of study, what you're doing is letting compliments hit you all day. Oh, you are great. You are more than conquerors. Yes, I am. Oh, you feel wonderful. Until the adversary of the devil stand across and he looking at you and you like, he looks like a killer. He is. And he's been training. And you've been eating snacks. You've had the finest of snacks. You've gone to distant lands so you can get snacks that are not even available in the land where you live. He been jogging, he been running, he been practicing, he been learning all these really good moves to kill you. And you have mastered snacks. How you think this fight gonna go? You old great master of snacks. You are standing across from a worthy adversary, but you want to be given compliments all day and eat snacks. Okay. Go ahead, Pri.
It says chapter 43 and verse 1. But now thus says Yahweh that created you, O Jacob, and he that formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire.
Wait a minute. No. See, you mind, you gonna walk through the fire. No. See, you lost the option. You stood in the wrong line. I'm sorry. Yeah, you didn't understand that being mine meant I was gonna train you. See, you're not just gonna eat snacks. You're going to prepare for this championship fight. You're representing the king. How you going to go to the championship fight? You can't even make weight. You done ate snack. The bout has a certain weight. You got to be the certain weight to fight this guy. But you've been eating all the snack. You ain't practiced at all. No. He said, you represent my team. You got to go through the fire. And understand, we talking about your spiritual weight. See, the snacks we getting, no, it ain't a little Debbie. No, it's a little Pookie. See, these are little things that we get to get us off, to tear up our spirit. Now, you ain't ready for the fight. And he not coming here to have tea and crumpets with you. You're not going to appeal to Lucifer's greater side. He don't have one. You ain't going to talk your way out of this fight. I know that's that stuff your mama tell you, baby. Look, you can't solve everything with violence. You sit down there and you see if you can talk to him. I'm telling you, don't take mama's advice. Not on this one. Lucifer is not the one to talk to. He is trying to kill you. Go ahead, Pretty.
When you walk it through the fire, you shall not be burnt,
Uh-huh.
neither shall the flame kindle upon you.
But you're going to walk through this fire, though. You're going to go through this. Why? Because it's going to refine you and make you better. See, when you go through this fire, you are going to be purified. What do? We get closer to the fire. We keep feeling the heat. We say, you know what? Never mind. No, I don't think it keep getting hotter. Every step I take, it keep getting hotter. Right. You keep getting more pure every step you take toward it. Go ahead.
For I am Yahweh your Elohim, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt for your ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for you. Since you was precious in my sight, you have been honorable, and I have loved you. Therefore will I give men for you and people for your life.
Right. When he gave men for you, some people were led into the word by somebody else, and then that somebody else ain't even in the word. What do you think happened? He sacrificed them people for you. Hey, look, all right, I'm going to give you the word so that they'll be around you and they'll hear. But once I get them, you can go and get on. Thank you for your service. See, there's some people who work for Yahweh, and the other people, they just independent contractors. He employs them for a month or two, and now their service has run out. That's all he needed. Thank you for bringing them here. See, we don't get an Uber to a place, and then the Uber just stay there. No, hold on. Hey, bro. Hey, how you doing? Look, hey, I'm gonna need you to Uber the other way now. Go out of here. You all you supposed to do was bring me home. You can't stay here though. See, you just my ride here. We end up getting things misunderstood. We turn around and fall in love with the ride. We make a buddy system with the ride. That was just your ride here. Now we done clicked up. I'll go wherever my buddy go. If my buddy stop going to church, I'll stop going to church. My buddy. Your buddy was just your ride. Go ahead, Pri.
Fear not, for I am with you. I'll bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. I'll say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even everyone that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yes, I have made him.
I have created him for my glory. Wait a minute. If we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing, he's not getting the glory that he's supposed to get out of us, then we are not fulfilling the purpose for the which we were made. What do you eventually do with something that does not fulfill the purpose of its creation? Why would you keep it? If you created a wheel to roll and the wheel stopped rolling, what good is the wheel? Go ahead.
Bring forth the blind people that have eyes and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, it is truth. You are my witnesses, says Yahweh, and my servant whom I have chosen, that you may know and believe me and understand that I am he. For before me was no El formed, neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am Yahweh, and beside me there is no Savior. I have declared and have saved, and I have showed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore you are my witnesses, says Yahweh, that I am El. Yes, before the day was, I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? Thus says Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. For your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles and the Chaldeans, whose cry is in the ships.
For your sakes have I done this. Go ahead.
I am Yahweh, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King.
The Creator of Israel, your King. Go ahead.
Thus says Yahweh, which makes a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters, which brings forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together, they shall not rise. They are extinct, they are quenched as tow. Remember you not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I'll do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. This people have I formed for myself.
This people have I formed for myself. There's a great power there, but there's also great responsibility there. And we can't have one without the other. Go ahead.
They shall show forth my praise. But you have not called upon me, O Jacob. But you have been weary of me, O Israel. You have not brought me the small cattle of your burnt offerings, neither have you honored me with your sacrifices. I have not caused you to serve with an offering, nor wearied you with incense. You have brought me no sweet cane with money, neither have you filled me with the fat of your sacrifices. But you have made me to serve with your sins.
You have made me to serve with your sins. See? How is that? If you were formed for his glory, but you want to do something else, now to save you, he has gotten a blot on his name just to go and get you out of trouble because you carry his name. You done caused him to serve you while you was in your sin. Go ahead.
You have wearied me with your lawlessness. I, even I, am he that blots out your transgressions for mine own sake, and will not remember your sins. Put me in remembrance. Let us plead together. Declare you, that you may be justified. Your first father has sinned, and your teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches.
All right. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 13. See, Lucifer sees us attempting to become unleavened. And his job is to throw some leaven in there. You think he's just gonna sit there and let you train? He just gonna sit there, he watch you getting your swole on, he know y'all gotta fight. No, he's got to change that. He got to deliver you some cake. And some of us just out looking for cake. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Zechariah chapter 13.
In that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. And it shall come to pass in that day, says Yahweh of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirit to pass out of the land. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, You shall not live, for you speaketh lies in the name of Yahweh. And his father and his mother that begat him shall thrust him through when he prophesies. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophets shall be ashamed every one of his vision when he is prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive. But he shall say, I am no prophet, I am an husbandman, for man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. And one shall say unto him, What are these wounds in your hands? Then he shall answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends.
So who do the one booker say this is? Who do the Jewish say who this is right here? What does the Talmud say about this right here? Go ahead.
Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, says Yahweh of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I'll turn mine hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, says Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Wait a minute. Are we even paying attention to that? 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Go ahead.
And I'll bring the third part through the fire.
Wait a minute. The part that's left going through the fire. So when people say, you know what, I ain't going through the fire. Oh, okay, you the 2/3 then. Oh, you part of one gonna die. So you die fire. You got 2 of them die fire. Which one? Fire play. Go ahead.
And I'll bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined.
Ain't no need of even trying to clean up the ones that gonna die. What you gonna clean them up for? You running from the cleanup. They don't need to try to clean them. They filthy. They gonna stay filthy. They don't want to be clean. They don't want to be purified. He's not wasting his time purifying that. Then the purified are crying that they're going through purification. Go ahead.
And will try them as gold is tried.
Mm-hmm.
They shall call on my name, and I'll hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh is my Elohim.
All right. Let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3. See, we have to understand that the fire is not there to break you. The fire is not meant to destroy you. The fire is meant to make you pure. But see, it gets confusing because the adversary, the devil, plays a game. Remember now, he wants to be like the Most High. He said, I'll be just like the Most High. So when Yahweh's getting ready to do something, he's going to expose it. And we upset. That means our secretness done got pulled out and thrown on the floor. So now it's exposed. Yahweh operates the same way Lucifer operates. Remember now, Lucifer mimicking him. So Lucifer exposed your stuff too. Pow! Throw it on the floor. Wait a minute. Now him and Yahweh just operated the same way. Now, the problem is, now Yahweh exposed it so he can erase it. The adversary, the devil, exposed it so he can exploit you with it. So the game starts the same. But one of them have expose and erase. Another one has expose and exploit. But in the beginning of the game, it's hard to figure out, am I dealing with Yahweh or am I dealing with the adversary? Because they both start with exposing. See, Yahweh not going to get any glory or credit for erasing something that nobody knew was there. And the adversary, the devil, ain't got nothing he can use against you unless he exposes it. Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, let's start that at verse 1.
And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Yahshua. I have fed you with milk, and not with meat, for hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able. For you are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are you not carnal and walk as men?
Mm-hmm.
For while one says, I'm of Saul, and another, I'm of Apollos, are you not carnal? Who then is Saul, and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom you believed, even as the Adonai gave to every man? I have planted, Apollos watered, but Elohim gave the increase. So then neither is he that plants anything, neither he that waters, but Elohim that gives the increase. Now he that plants and he that waters are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor.
Mm-hmm. Every man shall receive his own reward according to his labor. We think we're going to get the reward And everybody gonna get a reward. No. He gonna remember how much you did. See, everybody saying, yeah, we won, in the championship. Everybody gets a Super Bowl ring when you win the Super Bowl. They start passing out them rings. Now, some of them people didn't get in the game. I ain't got nothing. Y'all watch TV. It was some of them people. They was on that bench that whole time. But guess what? They got a ring. They gonna be talking years later. Yeah, man, I got a Super Bowl ring. Man, you got a Super Bowl ring? What was your stats in the game? Oh no, I didn't get in the game. What? But you got a Super Bowl ring? So you just went to the Super Bowl. You didn't actually play in it. You might well went and sat in the stands. No. He said, you're going to get paid according to your work. So the problem is we can stand and hide and pose among other people who working. See? We can look amongst everybody, other people running around, they doing stuff, and then there's some people that just float around and they in the vicinity of work being done. They just ain't doing no work. But they where work is happening. See? They near work. They workish. They workish. They real workish. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh is not going to be tricked. See? Because he got the ledger. See? You can't trick somebody with the receipts. See, other people looking with the naked eye and it look like, man, they really workish. But Yahweh got the receipts and he started checking the account and said, well, you ain't made no deposits. Your money looking funny. Your spiritual account is insufficient. The story goes that there was 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish. In the daytime, all the virgins looked alike. It took nighttime. It took some darkness to see that there was a separation between this group of 10. Only 5 had oil, and oil is a symbol of the Spirit. Only 5 had the Spirit, 5 did not. But until it got dark, you had no idea. So to prove what's what, he got to cause some darkness then, don't he? Don't get it twisted now. He already know the difference between the workers and the workish. No. He's making it dark so you know the difference. Because you know what's going to happen? When he separates and said, look, all the workers get over here. Are you workish? Y'all go over there. One of the workers, or even 2 of the workers, no, we're not going to leave without them because we love them. They're family. Wham! So that you can shut up, he's got to turn the lights out so you can see, dang, that's not what I thought it was. Right. Now go over there and do the job that you was supposed to do. He's not doing this for him. He already know. Go ahead, Bree.
For we are laborers together with Elohim. You are Elohim's husbandry. You are Elohim's building. According to the grace of Elohim which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builds thereon. But let every man take heed how he builds thereupon. For other foundations can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahshua HaMashiach. Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble.
Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones can abide the fire. The other parts cannot. Keep reading.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
The fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. All right? Do the work. Let's set it on fire. Let's see if it still stands. He need to see if that work right. See, we want to do the work, But we don't want no look. Don't put no flame to it. You finna destroy it. Well, then it's wood, hay, and stubble then. If it's real, it's going to still be standing there after I light it. But we want to stay away, keep this work away from all open flames. Oh, okay. Well, you know it ain't real. You know it ain't real, then, don't you? You know it ain't real. See, when folk know they got that swap meet Gucci, they know. Hey, look. Hey, wait a minute. Don't get too close to the heater. Wait a minute. Well, I thought you told me this was a Louis Vuitton. No, this Louis Vuitton. This is different. I thought you told me this was Vuitton. No, this Vuitton. This Vuitton. See, this Louis Vuitton. Hold on, this different. It's different. Don't put that by the heater. Wait a minute. Oh, you know this ain't going to abide the fire. Ah, okay. All right, okay. Go ahead.
If any man's work abide which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire.
Wait a minute. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. So you suffer loss because of the work, but you yourself still shall be saved if you abide the fire. So, wait a minute. Your work got to go into a purification of fire, and you got to go into a purification of fire. All right. Well, that's all that we're going to do for tonight. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All right.